So now to another interesting part of PHP, which is the super globals, okay, or the predefined variables. So what are they? They're basically a bunch of variables, accessed throughout your program, or you can access them from any scope, like the local scope and the global scope. And I will talk about that. I'll talk about that in some article. Okay, the definitions of those terms. But if we take a look at the predefined variables, you can access them from anywhere. Okay, unlike normal variables, you can access them from if a variable in the global scope, you can only access it in the global scope, and if a variable in the local scope, you can only access it in the local scope. But sober globals are accessed throughout your whole script, like the constants. Okay, so what what are the kinds, or what are the types of these super global variables? We have a ton of them. You need to create a whole documentation for them. No course will be in any enough to gather them together. They have a lot of functions, and everyone have tons and tons of functions. So we are gonna take a look at some of them, and we can see we can go with some of them, which is a server. The second one could be the request. Third one is post, get, and let's say sessions, cookies. Okay, so this is what I can get right now, and this may be the most important ones. Okay, but we are gonna take a look at some of them, and in the next let me show you what every one of these actually some certain function or type. The server right here checks for the request, okay, which can be a post or a get request, and the request have the same have the same function, but the server also checks the IPs, the kind of browser that the user is working on, his operating system, and some server configurations. Okay, and the post right here collects data from a form. When you're basically just entering data into your form, let's say a login form, or you're posting a post on Instagram or Facebook, this what collects the data from this form, and gets the data in the URL. Okay, and sessions store some values just to be used across all the website, or to be used throughout the whole website in every page. Okay, and cookies store some information in the browser. It's like sessions. It's kind of like a session, but a cookie is installed in the browser, but a session is installed inside the code itself. Okay, or inside the pages. So this is it basically for super globals. In the next one we are going to look at some, or in the next lectures we are going to take a look at some of them. So see you on the next video.